Yo! What's up? Hi, I'm back. And I'm making an Inktober video because that's relevant because it's October. Yeah, this year I decided I wanted to do both Inktober and Drawtober. If you're unaware as to what either of those things are, they're pretty much the same thing, just with different prompt words. It's where you go through every day of the month of October, and there's a different prompt word, and then you draw something based off of that. Some people don't use a prompt, some people make their own prompt lists and do their own challenges. I'm doing the official lists for both Inktober and Drawtober, but yeah, that's what this video is going to be about, and it's going to be about my experience and the pros and cons for me personally. So this is just my 100% authentic Inktober experience. It could be different for somebody else, but I'm here to give my thoughts on that because I did it last year, but I only made it to like day 10. And as of recording this, it's like day 12, I think, or something. But anyway, I'm here to talk about the positives and negatives that I have experienced. Starting with the pros, the biggest thing that Inktober and Drawtober and stuff like this can really provide for you is really positive drawing habits. It gets you into the habit of drawing every day, which is very important. For me personally, it got me into the habit of drawing the moment I wake up, because every day after I drop my sister off at the bus stop, I come back inside, I make a cup of tea, and I watch YouTube videos while I do my Inktober and Drawtober prompts, and it's a nice, great way to start the day. That was a bit redundant. But another thing is that I'm finding it easier to get through because I have OCs. I'm not sure if that makes a lot of sense, but whenever I'm feeling uninspired for a prompt or I just don't know what to do, it's really nice to pull in one of my OCs and have them, like, kind of help me get through that prompt. Like, I've drawn Mabel and Andy quite a few times. I snuck them in there. And I think OCs kind of help with any product like this in general. Like, I know for the Sketchbook Slam Challenge, a lot of people were talking about having OCs to help you get through the challenge, and I can totally see why, because even though I'm not filling out like a freaking 600-page sketchbook, I am drawing out of my comfort zone for a lot of the days. And speaking of leaving my comfort zone, that's another great thing about this challenge. It pushes you to draw things that you wouldn't normally draw. Some of them are some things that I would draw, like on screen right now I'm drawing Katara. Well, I was drawing Katara, which is something that I would draw by myself. But the thing that I'm drawing now on screen is something that I would not generally think to do. So it's really pushing my creative juices. If you're an artist on YouTube, it could be a good thing to do because you will then have a video for every single day for the month of October. Now, I'm not doing this because I have not a lot of free time. Aside from like making YouTube videos, pretty much all I do ever is work on webcomic stuff, because I want to start like putting that out in 2019. So I personally didn't do it because I don't want to overwhelm myself, but I could definitely see myself doing it possibly next year or the year after. But it is definitely a positive that I've thought about. Another really great thing about it is that it makes me use more of my supplies more often than I would normally use them. For the supplies that I've been using in Inktober, I've used some Staedtler liners, some Micron liners, I used Copic markers, I used some watercolor, some colored brush pens, and I think that's about it so far. I don't know. But yeah, it's making me like have to really look at my options and see what would be best for what I'm trying to do. Whereas most of the time I usually just fill out my sketchbook pages with a ballpoint pen and some splashes of colors from highlighters. Another quick little point is that it can help you fill out sketchbook pages. I know some people like to have a sketchbook completely dedicated to Inktober. I didn't. I did that last year, and it's still unfinished. I don't know. I just think that having a separate sketchbook made it a little bit more intimidating. But if you like to keep it separate, then go ahead. I think one of the most beneficial parts of Inktober is that it gives you a variety in what you're drawing. I have to think outside the box for a lot of these, and I end up drawing things that I won't normally draw. Some of them are like my OCs, and fan art, but I'm also drawing animals, and I'm drawing even characters that I've never drawn before from things that I like, and I'm drawing objects and scenery pieces that I would never even think to do. And possibly one of the other best points I can make is that if you're doing Inktober, it can make you more active on social media. Now, for people who want to be more active on social media, I have a few different ideas in mind. For me personally, I want to gain a bit more of a following before I post my webcomic, because I know from doing my own research about webcomics, they don't normally get an audience until a few years of being up, which is fine, but I would still like some people to read it when I first post it. So there's that. I want to do that both here and on Instagram. I don't really use my Twitter, but you know. And now for some of the cons. I think I mentioned earlier that I'm pretty uninspired for a lot of these prompts. I don't know what it is about this year, but a lot of the prompts don't really speak to me. The one that you're seeing me draw now I actually am quite fond of, but a lot of the prompts I just really struggle with. And I don't know if that's the prompts themselves or if I'm just feeling a little bit burned out because I'm doing 2 art challenges every day and then doing YouTube and then also working on a webcomic. I don't know if it's just like whenever I go to do my Inktober, I'm just feeling really burned out from that, but I don't know. I also don't really have a lot of time to do finished pieces, so the drawings for Inktober and Drawtober usually are my warm-up drawings for the day. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just that I see a lot of people making really cool, fantastic Inktober and Drawtober pieces, and I usually don't have the time to do that sort of stuff. I think it would be nice to, but I don't because, like I said, I'm doing YouTube and then also a webcomic that's taking up a lot of my time because I have a lot of work to do. But, you know, when I see them as just warm-ups, it can both help me take the pressure off, but also damage the pieces in a way. Not damage, what's the word? I don't know. I hope you know what I mean. And lastly, the biggest con I could think of isn't a problem with the challenge itself. It's definitely more of a me problem. But that's the supplies that I have available to me are very limited for Inktober. A lot of people do Inktober as just like, you know, ink. So it would be like India ink and like those fountain pens or whatever they're called. And I don't have that. And I don't have the money right now to go and buy some. I don't have a lot of inks. I have liners, but that's about it. I have some brush pens or brush styled pens, but a lot of them suck. And I don't want to use my one nice one to do this every day, because since it's so nice and I don't have the money to get another one, I feel like I need to save it for when I need it. So I feel like my supplies are also holding me back in how appealing they look, I guess, but you know, what can you do? So lastly, would I recommend either of these challenges? My answer is, it depends on what you want out of them. We are only, like, as of recording this, like, about 12-ish days in, but I would say that if you're looking to get more finished pieces out of it, if you have a schedule like mine, then don't get your hopes up for this challenge. But if you're looking for something to push you to draw every day, or looking for something to help you think outside of what you would normally think of, and you just want something to get you into a routine, like how I draw every single morning, then yeah, I think these challenges are great for that. Okay, well, that's it. Sorry if this was a little bit rambly. I don't really know how to structure these kinds of videos. I'm still learning, I'm a baby. But anyways, thank you for watching. I'm sorry if the art wasn't the best of quality, but I have some fun stuff coming up, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this video anyway, I don't know why you would, but give this video a thumbs up. And consider subscribing when I'm recording this. We're close to 600, which is a number. There's a video on screen now and in the iCards that you can check out if you're interested. I still don't know how to end these videos. Bye.